Come on, Bill and Hillary, or as I like to call them, Hillbillery. He's going to testify. Did you see my Hillary face? Well, anyway, he's going to testify. I don't know what he's going to testify about. I don't think he liked Epstein's style very much because Epstein didn't keep any fatties. And from what I understand, Bill really liked the fatties. The little Polish girl he had at the White House, Lewinsky, right? Uh, Jewish gal, interesting connection between her and Mossad. How about that? Man, those fuckers are everywhere, don't you think? Anyway, speaking of all of that, the insidiousness of the corruption, no, not only Israeli corruption of the United States, but just generally allowing the oligarchs that we've allowed to get so much power. They can see these things coming out here, naming names in black and white, in print, in color pictures of all the criminality that they're getting away with. And even in England, they're starting to, lay down the law, as it were, and, put these guys in jail, try them, etc. And in the United States, jack shit. It's astounding. It really gives you an idea of how insidious the Israeli influence is, how incredibly debilitating for the country its so-called democratic system, which of course doesn't really exist, especially after the primaries that didn't occur because they decided they wanted they wanted what's his name, Sleepy Joe Biden as their candidate rather than the guy who was actually winning the primaries, which was the old Jew, ironically. Yeah, Bernie Sanders, the guy I voted for, and threw hundreds of dollars at over a period of many years. Anyway, I know I'm being bitter. I shouldn't be. That's not my style, as you know. You like my new shirt? I like the Western shirts. Anyway, back to the subject matter is, yeah, we have an completely insidious, and I think what insidious kind of means is like, inside the bones, as it were, of the living tissue, inside the bloodstream, insidious. We have a system of corruption that has been developing for probably at least a generation now, because most of the people that are involved in the big part of this are, other than maybe Musk and some of those people, they're older people. At least they're driving the system. Anyway, I don't know what we're going to do about it, but neither one of these political parties. It may be that the Democrats might wake up. They might stop rigging elections, and they may start electing people that represent working people. But I think in the long run, what's going to happen is the powers that be are going to congeal, as it were, get together, solidify into a force that we are not going to be able to handle. The purchase of TikTok and CBS and all the shit that the Ellisons are doing. It's just it's what we can see right now, but there's a lot more going on than that, and that we can't see. And what that is, I don't know. I know that Israel's existential problem that they have, they really, really want to get us into the war with Iran again. And they have their hand all the way up Donald Trump's ass, all the way to his mouth, and can just wiggle around and tell him exactly what to say and make him say it. And he is what all, Epstein, what's his name? And then, I don't know, isn't he dead? That was immoral. Good. And then, of course, we have the British and their wonderful approach to everything is, oh, my. The royals are at it again. And then we have Mandelson, who Google keeps asking me why I'm calling Mendelssohn. When I say I don't call him Mendelssohn, jackass, I call him Mandelson. So keep uncorrecting. Stop correcting what you don't need to correct. You're just not hearing me right. Anyway, they're going to put his ass in jail, in British jail. I cannot imagine. Well, the food is probably pub food though, and I like pub food. You know, I like bang. I like the bangers and mash, and I still like Keith Richards. Is that fucker still alive? What is he? Oh, bloke, he's got to be what, 82, something like that. 83, and old Mick Jagger, who never liked to be called Mick, He wanted to be called Sir Michael Jagger. Jagger. Anyway, back to the square one. We have an insidious problem in the United States. The British are going after theirs, I guess. Luckily, the guy's a royal, not the Mandelson guy, but the other guy. And of course, Mandelson is a Jew. Unfortunately for the Jewish community, the Jews that are not part of this should be rising up and making severe chastisement, as they say, chastise the Israeli government, etc., and to make sure that they don't survive, and put Bibi Netanyahu in jail forever. Take him out and then shoot him if he gets out of hand. That's what they need to do. We need to put a lot of people in jail here too, starting with Obama, ending up with Bill Gates and his horrible Windows 11 system. What a piece of shit. They just collect money every year. I don't know, $40 billion to sell their new operating system every time they do that. Anyway, I'm going on and on. I just want to say we're in a lot of trouble in the world, in the Western world especially. I'm including Japan in the Western world. I'm including the Philippines in the Western world. I'm including Korea in the Western world. So don't call me a racist. I don't get Japanese food. I don't like it. I don't even know what Philippines have for food. Korean food, I like Korean barbecue. So there. Some of my friends are actually my Asian friends are Chinese, Hawaiian, and Okinawans. So I like island people, I guess. Anyway, I don't know what we're going to do. I was listening to Fuentes the other day, and he sounded actually pretty good. I think he's still a little bit of a whiner and somewhat of a Nazi for being hurt so badly 10 years ago when they threw him out of everything, demonetized him, deplaned him. Apparently, he couldn't get a flight ticket anywhere because he was deemed a what do they call him now? Domestic terrorist. Of course, he was a right-wing domestic terrorist, and those are the ones with guns. The left-wingers are the ones with the purple hair and they have their dicks cut off. Those are left-wing domestic terrorists who don't like ice. I don't mean the ice that you freeze. I mean the ice that shoots lesbian women and guys that piss them off and wreck their cars and kicked out their headlights and shit like that, or their rear lights even. That's not as bad, but still, you gotta punish people for stuff like that. That's why they murdered the shit out of him. Anyway, I'm gonna just tell you, we're in a lot of trouble. Luckily, we do have the new media. We have the internets. We have the YouTubes, and I get to spout stuff off on mine, and that's a damn good thing. Luckily, we have that. So we have what's her name and what's his name. Ro Khanna is on. Clinton, the same question I asked anyone who was corresponding with Epstein. Breaking Points. And so we do have some media that's not completely controlled by Ellison and his son, or Bari Weiss, the fat lesbian, who I think Epstein used to call her a babe, where she was like a lot younger than, thinner, of course. Maybe she's trying to attract Bill Clinton, and that's why she's put on so much weight. But anyway, what can I say? We do need to wake the fuck up. Stop being a member of a tribe. Don't identify as a conservative or a liberal or a progressive or any. Please don't identify as a tribal member. Identify as a male or a female. Doesn't matter if you're trans or not. Some of the lady boys in Thailand, they look pretty hot to me. I don't know if I'd turn them down in an emergency, if you know what I mean. But we're male or female. If you want to be anything else, don't force other people to accept it. Just enjoy your kinkiness and all of that. So what are we going to do? I don't know. I hope that I'm around for another decade because I'd really like to see how this all plays out. Are we going to recover our democracy, or are we going to continue to have the rest of it slip away? Because what's slipping away right now is the rule of law. And essentially you have two things in a functioning democracy that are extremely important. Number one is free speech. And a lot of Zionists and others like Trump are working on getting rid of free speech by giving certain people privileges over others to make judgments about what is and what is not anti-Semitic, and what is and what is not racist, and what is not part of the patriarchy. We have all of that going on. I don't know what we're going to do, but it is very scary. We are in a lot of trouble, and we're losing the ability to govern at all. Once you lose respect for the rule of law, how do you maintain order? And we're seeing that with the ICE riots and the shootings by people who are not trained to be police officers, of civilians who think that they're somehow fighting for justice because they've, changed the term from illegal alien to undocumented worker or undocumented migrant. Nice term. All of these things are true. Unfortunately, we're in this ironic world. I don't know what we're going to do about it. I had thought that creating a new political party might be the way to go, but I don't see anybody out there doing that. We can hope that maybe the Democrats will stir shit up enough that it'll be enough to destroy both political parties. Then we can move on and get a new political party that's called America First. How about that for a name? I know it's not my idea. The name's not my idea. The idea is my idea, along with everybody else's who's got the same idea. But anyway, America First. Bless our hearts, as the Southern people say, my hillbilly relatives. Brace your heart. You got to understand that we're doing the best we can with the limited education we all got. So, hang in there. And I'll talk to you next time. Hip, hip, popo, and all those things should go. Jesus wept.